This is Baby Blue Mind. I walk around the earth and talk about what's on my mind. And the topic for today is isolation and adversity. Isolation and adversity. And this one's for anybody who might be kind of going through it right now, like if you're just going through a rough patch in life. So what I was gonna do is explain sort of the adversity that I'm facing right now that's mostly occurred within the past week or so, and then just offer sort of how I'm combating the present adversity that's going on in my life, because there's a lot of it to the point where I almost have to giggle at it, because if you don't laugh you might cry type situation here. So about 3 days ago my dad died, and I'll just keep it sort of abbreviated because I talk about it more extensively in some of my other videos. But so he had been engaged in a long battle with Alzheimer's and dementia for about a 10-year period. So it's been pretty nasty, as I'm sure anybody who has a loved one with Alzheimer's and dementia, to see his mind sort of deteriorate over the period of several years. And then ultimately, I don't know, I'd say about 2 weeks ago, they put him into hospice care. And then I was able to see him one last time before he passed away. And just as a little backstory, my dad in his heyday was a pretty accomplished baseball player. And so I was able to, I wrote on a baseball, I love you, Dad, basically, because he basically taught me to be a pretty accomplished baseball player myself back in the day. And so I was able to get him a baseball in his hand while he was on his deathbed that said "I love you, Dad" on it. And he did pass away holding that baseball, which makes me feel pretty good that he went out as a ball player, which I think is the way that he would have wanted to go if he still had sort of the mental faculties to communicate. And so, as you might imagine, because I was terribly close to my father, and we just had a great relationship throughout the course of his existence, I'm pretty down about that situation right now. I'm just sort of anticipating that at the very least I'll be going into some sort of short-term depression. And then there's also, you know, the dynamics of loss, where like now I've been tasked honorably, I should say, with delivering his eulogy. So I'm gonna have to travel for the wake, the funeral services, and go through whatever pain or whatever sort of catharsis could take place throughout that period of my life. And so that's sort of the main factor right now that is creating a significant amount of adversity in my life. And then just to step back, about 2 days prior to my father's passing, my girlfriend broke up with me. And so and that has nothing in terms of significance even remotely close to my father's passing, in terms of like the adversity that I'm experiencing right now. And if you think about it, like, that lady did me a favor, because I would never want to associate with someone who's cold-hearted enough to break up with someone when that person's dad is on their deathbed. So if you ever see this lady, thank you. You're a real class act. And so So those two things are going on in my life. Dad's passing, and then fresh out of a relationship with an awful woman, basically. And then, so also now, so I'm out walking. This is yesterday morning, what I'm about to tell you occurred. I'm out going for my morning walk like I usually do, and like I'm presently doing right now. And I'm at a 4-way intersection of 2-lane highways, just on my standard walk. So I hit the button for the cross signal, because there's too much, traffic coming in all directions. And so I hit the button, I wait, waiting for that white, you can go pedestrian crossing thing. So I wait for that, and then and at the time I wasn't filming or anything like that. I wasn't like doing what I'm doing right now. I was just walking by myself. And so I wait, and the green or the white hand flashes on across the road, and I hear this beep, meaning like now you can walk across the street. So now I start walking across the street towards the white hand in front of me, and I get about 40 or 50% across the crosswalk, if I had to estimate it. And I look to my left, and there's a car coming directly at me, like too late for me to even move. And then so I look, this is what I recall. This happened 24 hours ago, roughly. Less than 24 hours ago, because I'm out for my morning walk. This occurred on yesterday's morning walk. This occurred less than 24 hours ago, while I'm pondering my dad dying. I mean, I could use a break here or there, which would be nice, but I'll get to that later in the video. So there's this car, this big silver SUV, coming right at me. And I'm like, is this guy gonna stop, or is he just gonna like barrel into me? That's like the only thought that I could have. And what it appeared to me is that this guy accelerated the car like at the last second, as if he was trying to like intimidate me because I was in the crosswalk or something like that. So the car like bursts towards me at the very last second and smashes directly into me, and I go down, and now I'm face down in the middle of the crosswalk. This happened 24 hours ago. It smashed into like the left side of my body, and I remember I hit he hit me with it would be the right side of his car, and it smashed into the driver's side rear view mirror thing. Like I remember getting I got smashed into, but like I heard the rear view mirror thing like click. And in the video that I took later on, you can see that it's like bent in, because the cops needed that for evidence that like a collision actually occurred. And so, man, can't believe it. I'm walking around thinking about I'm out for my morning walk, and pondering my dad's death, and then this jerk like attempts to intimidate me because I'm legally walking through a crosswalk, and he thinks he has the right of way with a car to take a left or something. I don't know what the hell was going through this guy's brain. And then, so I'm face down in the middle of the street, and the guy stopped like kind of far away, stayed in the car, didn't come to check on me or anything like that. He just accelerated into a pedestrian, and now he stopped for now. Okay, little teaser. He stopped for now, stays in his car, doesn't even come out the car. And while I'm face down in the crosswalk, all I hear from behind me from the driver is, "Bro, it was a green light, bro. Was a green light." Now he's giving me shit after accelerating into me. True story. This happened less than 24 hours ago. Unbelievable. So I'm down in the street. My stuff is like strewn everywhere because I just got accelerated into as a pedestrian. So like my phone's over here, my keys are over there. So I'm like, oh, and then the other thing is, I look up while from being face down in the street, because my thought was like, was I just walking when I shouldn't be walking or something like that? Not that it would even matter that a car accelerated into me. So I look up towards where the white hand is, okay? There's 14 seconds left on the crosswalk thing. I'll never forget that number until the day that I die. And I pointed it out to the guy who hit me. I was like, look, there's 14 seconds left. You know how there's like a number next to the hand? There was the hand and then 14 still ticking down. And I pointed that out directly to the guy who accelerated into me like a psycho. Okay, sorry if I'm getting a little hyped this morning, but wouldn't you be if you're walking around thinking about your dad's death and some lunatic buries his car into you? So, now, I get up, there's like these two good Samaritans who come by, and they're like making sure I'm okay or whatever. And then a lot of people had stopped at the 4-lane highway because they'd either seen it or they came by when I was face down in a crosswalk from getting struck by a lunatic. And so I get up and I'm a little ticked off, as you might imagine. So I snap my phone out and go to take video of the guy's tag and him, so that, you know, the cops have it basically, because this is now a criminal matter. And so I start taking video of his tag on like the SUV and everything like that, and he still has like kind of his door like eked open. And so I got a video of the tag and of his face, and I was like, this guy just accelerated into a pedestrian. Because my best guess is it wasn't like distracted or anything like that. He was trying to like intimidate me because he thought I was like doing it wrong, and this idiot didn't time it correctly and he just barreled into me. You play stupid games, you win stupid prizes, man. And so straight up, this guy's he's gonna win some stupid prizes for this. So I start taking video of his tag, and then also just to get his face or whatever, and he speeds off. He shuts his door and takes off. Straight up, he's gone. Okay? Doesn't render any aid or anything like that. Blames me. The light was green, bro. It was a green light, bro. Blames me. Offers no assistance after accelerating into a pedestrian, and then takes off. Now, according to the police who later came, it's a hit and run on a pedestrian. Okay? So I'll keep telling the story. It had been called in by like Good Samaritan people who were watching from the crosswalk, and I saw that two of the people who called it in, they were like both on their phones. And I was like, did you guys see that? Like, am I losing my mind? I can't believe that just happened. So this guy just, he was like trying to, I don't know what the hell was going. Oh, and then this is the kicker, okay? When the two good Samaritans in the street like held me up to my feet and all this kind of stuff, the driver, when I was saying this guy just accelerated into a pedestrian, and when I was like pissed off, the driver of the car goes, "Oh, he's drunk." About me. I'm out for my morning freaking walk at 7 o'clock in the morning. He goes, "Oh, he's drunk. He's drunk right now." That's what the driver who accelerated into me said. You effing kidding me? You kidding me? So, man, I'm on one this morning. Wouldn't you be too, though? Straight up, man. This happened less than 24 hours ago when I'm thinking about my dad dying. God, dog. And so, let me compose myself a little bit here. I know I'm not supposed to cross the street without a crosswalk, but there's no one within even eyesight right now, so that's what I'm doing. And just to confirm, I was not doing that yesterday. I was a pedestrian legally crossing a street. So, guy calls me drunk and speeds off into the day, okay? So, I go to the side of the road, and I hear sirens in the distance, like, immediately. And I know they're coming at me at this point because they've been called in. And so, cops show up, and I just explain, like, it wasn't difficult for me to explain because it just happened to me, and I happened to just explain the truth that just occurred to me. And so I showed the cop the video I took of the tag and the suspect now. He turned himself from Saturday morning driver to suspect through this action. And so all this, I hear like immediately, okay, we have gray SUV tag Delta da. And they're like, okay. I hear in the, like, you know, the police walkie-talkie or whatever, they're like, okay, he was spotted going eastbound on like blah blah blah. So like they're on him quick, as they should be, man. And the police handled this very efficiently, and I was very impressed with how quickly the police were on this, man, as they should be, son. Could you imagine if this happened to you? Imagine if this guy just like got away somehow because I didn't take a video of the tag, because I thought there was video evidence of the crash, because there looked to be, I kept saying it to the guy who hit me, I was like, there's cameras, man, you're on video doing this. And I said that to the cops too. I was like, look at those cameras right there. And they were like, no, those are traffic sensors, they're not cameras, because they look like cameras that were pointed directly at me, or directly where the collision took place. But apparently they're not cameras or like license plate readers or anything like that. They're like traffic sensors. So I was like, oh my goodness, I wish I had like the full thing on video. Although there might be video from like local businesses or something like that, which would be nice for when this gentleman is in court defending himself from the activity that occurred. And so cops come by, and they, you know, take my kind of statement, and I'm kind of like in shock because I'm just like, I'm like, what just happened to me? I don't even know. Oh, and let me step back on this. This is how much I've withstood in life over the past several years. And check out the other video on my channel where I explain this, okay? On the exact date, and I'm not going to give the whole story here just in case you've already heard it already, on June 2nd, 2023 in Miami. I was in a near-death car accident. I was sitting in the passenger seat and this van just smashes directly into our car. And I almost died then, okay? So, like, how much more can a guy withstand? And you know what? I am withstanding it. That's the whole purpose of this video. Straight up, you're not gonna take me out that easy. Your boy ain't going out like that. You can smash into me while I'm in the car. You can target me when I'm a pedestrian outside the car. My dad can die. My girlfriend can break up with me. That don't faze me. Kidding me? I'm too mentally tough for that. None of that matters to me. I'm too strong. Straight up. And I'm out for my morning walk less than 24 hours later. It's what I do. Think I'm sitting in bed crying about this? You ain't taking your boy out that easy. No chance. You're gonna have to try a lot harder than that, life. Kidding me? I didn't even lose sleep last night. I'm off my morning walk. That's my get down. Think you're gonna take me out? You have to try a whole lot harder than that, life. It's just child's play for me. So cops show up, take my statement, and that gentleman now going to jail, okay? And when I get back from my walk this morning, I'm going to essentially delight in seeing his mugshot on the internet. And I don't want like any kind of retribution or like vengeance or anything like that from this guy. But dog, straight up, you pull a stunt like that and accelerate into a pedestrian to like attempt to prove some kind of point at 7 o'clock in the morning, you going to jail, dog. You going at the very least to jail, perhaps to prison. Straight up. So hope it was worth it, man, trying to spook a pedestrian because you think you have a green light. Nice decision making. You're a good decisioner, apparently. And so, cops, I'm assuming, tracked him down pretty much immediately. My guess is they arrested him instantly based on my statement and the fact that he fled the scene of a crime. That's the other thing, man. If you hit a pedestrian, don't render any services or render any like health services, or not health services, but just like you strike a pedestrian and then you stay in your car and then speed away. Dog, you going to jail. Like, that's a hit and run on a pedestrian. So, good luck to you, I guess. And I have a feeling I'm going to see a lot more of that gentleman when I testify against him in court for trying to freaking kill me. Straight up. So, enough with my sob story. And sorry I got a little hyped this morning. But wouldn't you be just a hair if that's been your past week? It's been the week I've had. Girlfriend breaks up with me. Thank you, lady. Would never want to associate with someone with that character anyway. Appreciate it. 2, dad dies. 3, lunatic driver accelerates his car into me while I'm taking a morning walk, tells me he had a green light, calls me drunk, and then speeds away, creating a hit and run on a pedestrian for which he's going to get jailed for. How's your week going? You having a good one? Having a good week so far? Oh, yeah, it's Wednesday. My week's going all right. It's been a tough one. Yeah? That's my past 7 days, okay? Now, the whole purpose of this video isn't to be some sort of sob story where people should feel bad for me, because I don't live my life in the anticipation of people feeling bad for me. I don't care about that. I don't get any fuel from that. I don't even accept that. That doesn't even factor into my mind. That's not something that I like look for. I'm not like, oh man, I don't play the victim ever. Ever. That's not something that occurs in my mind, is to be a victim for any reason whatsoever. I'm not a victim of a breakup. I'm not a victim of severe family loss. And I'm not a victim when I get intentionally smashed into by a lunatic driver less than 24 hours ago. Because you know what I'm doing right now? I'm still walking. Literally and metaphorically. I'm out for my morning walk again. This is what I do. You think any of that's gonna faze me from taking my morning walk? Hell no. Hell no. Okay? And also, after losing girlfriend who, ew. But just for the dynamics of isolation, lose girlfriend, lose father, two people that I essentially communicated with most in life. Think about the present isolation that I'm experiencing now. About to go into a deeper depression based on the loss of my father, okay? Still walking. You ain't gonna take me out that easy. Physically, psychologically, none of that. Straight up. Nah. You ain't taking your boy out that easy. It's not happening. And so what I'll do is, I feel good now, man. Throw more at me. Give me more. I eat adversity. I chow down on adversity. What else you gonna throw at me? You gonna get struck by lightning this morning? Strike me by lightning this morning if you want. It's not gonna keep me from walking. I'm out here in the streets again. Please. Trick, please. You think any of that's gonna deter me from living my life or doing what I'm doing? Trick, please. So, what I do, as you can obviously tell right now, as I yell at you with a visor on about my adversity, which I consume and then spit out. I ingest adversity. And then I expel it from my mind body. That's my get down. Think it's gonna faze me? You dreaming. So, now, what do I do? And I'll keep this brief to end the video. You've already seen it. I walk by myself. All right, hold on. Let me compose myself so I don't yell throughout this entire video. All right, composure engaged. So what I do, and especially if you've seen any of my other videos, this is my get down. I go for long walks by myself. And what I do that for is to convert pure isolation into active solitude, okay? Other names I have for active solitude are active meditation or active Zen, okay? In terms of the isolation component, if this is how you happen to find this video, what the process that allowed me to defeat my isolation and depression is to convert pure isolation into active solitude by going for long walks by myself, which then gave me sort of the physical, social, and psychological momentum through active solitude to reintegrate into society as a whole. That's how it operated for me. If you want to give it a try, knock yourself out. If you think it's dumb, it's all good. So I engage, this ain't a one-off walk. I'm not out here for a walk because I need to clear my mind or something like that. I perpetually clear my mind by engaging in the practice of active solitude. And right now might be when I need it more than anything. But that doesn't even factor in because it's a practice, okay? I couldn't wait to go for my morning walk this morning. I almost got killed yesterday doing it. What else is gonna happen? Think that's gonna phase me from going for my morning walk? Get out of here, life. You're gonna have to try a lot harder to take me out, because I ain't going out easy, straight up. So, pure isolation converted into active solitude by going for long walks by myself. If you do it in public or around other people, I call it social stealth mode. Check out the other videos on my channel to learn more. Pure isolation converted into active solitude potentially gets the life war juices going in you to reintegrate into society as a whole, okay? I practice this like my life depends on it because it does. It gets my mind right, okay? Just short summary, it gets me up out the house. I'm out in the world, okay? I'm not sobbing in bed. I'm not feeling sorry for myself. I'm definitely not a victim because I don't have a victim mindset. It doesn't exist in me. No matter what happens, I don't have a victim mindset. It's not even possible. It doesn't even factor into my consciousness to say that I'm a victim of life for any reason. I put that isolation in motion and I keep it in motion. And if anybody has a problem with that, you can kiss my right bottom. So, pure isolation converted into active solitude by movement, long walks by myself like I'm presently doing, okay? That could give you the life war juices to reintegrate into the ball game, because that's the whole nature of it. That's how I broke my isolation, both physical and mental. And that's how I beat my depression simultaneously, because oftentimes they're intertwined, which is what you might be experiencing. Also, this practice meaning repeatable ritual, this practice of active solitude is going to cultivate a sense of self-reliance and mental toughness, because no matter what, you show up. Your girl breaks up with you, you show up. Your dad dies, you show up. You almost get killed by a lunatic, you show up. You keep showing up and you keep walking, okay? It's good for your mental health and it gives you something to do. And eventually, once you get it going into a practice as opposed to a one-off, you're going to look forward to it, okay? So that's my get down. And just for, just one last thing, and I'll address this to life in general, okay? Come again for your boy. Watch me do it again. Throw whatever you possibly can at me, and I'm gonna ingest it and spit it back out at you. Because that's what I do, okay? Your boy. Sorry if I got a little hyped in this video, but if you can't tell, I have a little bit on my mind right now. So, this is your boy, Baby Blue Mind. Baby blue, like the color. Let me put my hood on, man. Baby Blue Mind, like the color, okay? Mind, like the thing I have that is not going to be defeated by life. Straight up, okay? Baby Blue Mind, please like, comment, and subscribe. Baby Blue Mind, please like, comment, and subscribe. I wish you all the best in your personal endeavors. And my rant is hereby over.